Yeah, oh yeah. It's me. I'm just still learning this stupid software. Oh my god. Hey gang, what is up? I'm gonna have to go over here and read the chat over here because it's not working over in OBS. Chewigad, yo, Rocket Man, yo. Yeah. It's me. Hang on a second. Hey gang, what is up? I'm gonna have to go over here and read the. There we go. Michael Kovic, thank you, Cowboy Jabs. Hope this is good news. Well, I don't know whether it's good news or not. It doesn't start until December 5th, which is on Monday. It's that time. It is that time, Michael. Cowboy Jabs getting his act together. Well, wasn't doing a very good job of that, by the way. So, I have to make an apology to Hendon Hooker. On today's show, I talked about everybody that has been a success from the transfer portal. I talked about Caleb Williams at USC. I talked about, who else did we talk about? Bo Nix at Oregon. I talked about a couple of other people, and I missed the most important one. I'm not sure how I did that exactly, but I did. So, yeah, Mr. Hooker. And yes, I think he should have his jersey retired because I think he earned that. I really did. He pulled us out of some doldrums, and that was the biggest transfer story in a couple of years, really, with the exception of maybe the Caleb Williams story, because he may now win the Heisman, but only because of Hendon Hooker's injury. And yes, Danny Pritchard, it is time to raid Alabama. Number one, let me just make sure that you're hearing me and seeing me properly. I hope so. Just give me a heads up on that. We'll get started looking at this stuff. It's pretty interesting. I wanted to start with the transfer portal. Everybody hearing okay? Is everything good? All good? Yep. Or no? Can you hear me? I don't know. Hooker did. He made us believe again. You're absolutely right. He sure did. In a huge way. Let's go ahead here and look at this bad boy. Let me just make sure that we're. Take that down. Nope. We don't want to take me down, do we? I don't think so. We want to take the transfers down and put that up. Boom. So, minimize that bad boy, and we have this going on. The Virginia quarterback, Brennan Armstrong, is in the portal. Rhode Island offensive lineman enters the portal. Texas A&M defensive end enters the portal. Cincinnati center entering the portal. Iowa wide receiver. Maryland linebacker. This guy looks good. It's kind of like shopping, isn't it? 45 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries, and 2 starts. What? 45 tackles and 2 starts? Serious? That seems like a lot to me. And that fellow's in the grad transfer program, and he's from Maryland. Interesting. I guess 2 big stories. Kavasier Smoke, the running back at Kentucky, he is in or going to be in the protocol as of Monday. Alabama wide receivers decide to enter the portal. What is going on in Alabama? I wonder if those Alabama guys remember the Tennessee game. Treshawn Holden and Christian Leary are entering the program, which opens next week, obviously. Holden was second on the team in the touchdown reception department with 6 and fourth in receiving yards, 331. Leary was number 77 in the 2021 ESPN 300. Quarterback from Tulsa. Another wide receiver from Oklahoma, Theo Wees, is headed in. He caught 19 passes, 378 yards, 4 touchdowns in 7 games. So I got to thinking about this, right? About the wide receiver core. We're losing Cedric Tillman. He'll be gone. Jalen Hyatt is probably going to be going, to the NFL draft, I would imagine. What does everybody think about that? Do you think that's going to happen? It seems like it probably will to me. Brew McCoy is still available for one more year, and I don't think he's going to leave yet because he just had to enjoy himself so much this season, right? I would think so. Anyway. But we're still, Ramel Keaton is graduating. He's going to be gone. So we are in need of some wide receivers. Now, I know we have a couple of freshman receivers coming in. We have Squirrel White, obviously, and he'll just step into that role. He'll take Jalen Hyatt's place like that in a heartbeat. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. We are in need of wide receivers, and we are in need of defensive cornerbacks. And there seems to be a lot of them bouncing around in the portal. Let me just check the, let me just check you here. Where are you? Hang on. I keep losing my chat. Why am I losing my chat? I don't like that. Hang on, let me find you. I've lost my chat. Where? If I were a chat, well, let's just pull it back there. Did I lose my chat? What? What? Oh, there it is. Wow, my chat got lost. Holy crackers. Okay, let me catch up on the chat. Evan Counts, man, you need to turn on the super chats, make a little side money. I know, I don't know how to quite do that yet, Evan. Thank you. I'm looking into that. Thank you very much. I don't think I can do that until I officially get approved for monetization. But I will. That's coming. I check every day, and it says in process. But that's a great idea. Thanks for thinking of me. Time to raid Alabama. Danny Pritchard. Hooker made us believe he did. Hard to argue about how important Hendon Hooker was to the program. Absolutely. Michael Wolf 5x5 lost on me. Audio's fine. I see and hear nothing. You see and hear nothing, really. Then how did you know I said that? Michael Kobek. I saw Josh Dobbs. Hang on a second. Let me just fix this. I apologize. This is my, this is kind of like my nemesis right now. I saw Josh Dobbs. Well, he's smart. I'm sure he saved his. I need to make that window bigger so I can see that. Hey, Nugs, I got you. Now I see the thumbnail. Now, and I hear. Oh, okay. All right. We need defensive backs. You're absolutely right, Michael. Portal wish list. Wide receivers. Quarterback. Quarterback? Really? I think we're good quarterbacks. I do. We got the kid the freshman from Indiana who got hurt, and we got Nico coming in. We have what's his bucket Moore from number 13. that came with Heupel from UCF. Have Navy Schuler. We're good with quarterbacks. I really think. And of course we got Milton. Poor Dobby just got a couple of million to play like a quarter of football. Yeah. Keaton is coming back. Remember COVID year? Odd spots. I did not know that. I checked on that specifically today, and I thought I read where he was leaving. But been a crazy day. I couldn't be wrong on that. That would be good. Keaton's been fantastic this year. He really has. That dude can lay out. No lie. I think even with the Jimmies leaving, our receiver room is still deep with Brew, Keaton. He should be back. Webb, Nimrod, Leacock coming in. Yeah. Well, I hope you're right. There's a lot of talent to choose from in the wide receiver room in the transfer portal. And I don't know that any wide receiver would not want to come to Tennessee. Am I wrong on that or what? I just don't know. Vols need a tight end. I would agree with that. Still take any elite talent in the portal, but we're in a position where we can be a bit picky about who we take. You're right on, Nugs. Danny Pritchard. I trust Heupel to make the right decision, as do I. Nugs, definitely need tight ends and DBs. Okay. Keaton did not do senior day. I was there. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's great news, as far as I'm concerned. I thought he was out. Keaton didn't do senior day the activities. Okay, cool. Man, that is awesome. Terrific. Let us see here. Let me go back over here and see if I can do this bad boy here. I'm going to take this transfers down, and y'all bear with me. I'll have this down here in a week or so. You know what I'm doing. So right now, you should be able to see the ESPN website that I am looking at. Is that correct? True? Is it a bald-faced lie? Let me know. And there it is for me. Let's see. Colorado Safety enters the portal. Yeah, I don't think we want any Colorado people. Northwestern wide receiver into the portal. Texas backup. Syracuse wide receivers to enter portal. Now, here's my question to you. If there's somebody that we really, really like, say, and somebody says, so they can go to, say, a team, say I'm one of Heupel's staff people, and I'm going to put some feelers out, and I'm going to, well, I think there's a cornerback or a wide receiver, I can't remember, at the Toledo Rockets. One of my favorite teams, just because of the name, right? And am I understanding this right? They can actually put a phone call to these people or reach out and touch them through social media or slide into their DMs, as they say, and say, hey, we'd put a sweet little NIL deal together for you if you'd consider coming into the transfer portal. We'd like to have you down here. Is that how this works? Is that what's going on? Or is there contact made, or is contact only allowed after they have insert themselves in the transfer portal? What do you think? What have you heard? What do you know? Because I don't know any of it. I would just be blowing smoke if I did. Nugs, that's tampering. Well, they certainly shouldn't tamper. They wouldn't dare do that. Just ask Jeremy Pruitt. Holy crackers. They have to be in the portal to legally communicate with them. I get that's probably the rule, but I wonder, I wonder if that's the new NCAA regulation that gets broken, right? Because there's got to be, hey, I talked to a guy that said, you might be a good fit at Tennessee. Oh, really? Kind of thing. No, I understand, Nugs. That's why we were in trouble now, because Pruitt and his wife were stuffing cash money in Chick-fil-A bags and Happy Meal bags. Not that the people didn't need the money. I understand all of that. But I'm just curious to know the underbelly of the whole transfer portal thing. But now that I think about it, I read today in my research that when somebody enters the transfer portal, it's kind of like, well, they can go in and then it serves as an incentive. If their present team doesn't want them to leave, maybe they can work out a little NIL deal for them, that sort of thing, whatever. That was a controversy with Jordan Addison last year. He went into the portal and landed at USC with a nice NIL deal in place. It was a big story. I remember that. And, of course, Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams and the whole thing. Same thing happened with them. And they talked money. How do y'all feel about the whole NIL thing? Because that's dramatically, even now, it has dramatically changed college football. Right? Dramatically. Am I too naive to love the old way of doing things or not? I probably am. I invented naive. Music for me. Teams are doing whatever they want. The NCAA is afraid of losing any more court cases. They don't try to enforce anything anymore. Interesting. I don't like how the NIL set up. Now, this group in Tennessee, this Spire, is that what it is? SPYRE. Allegedly, they are the biggest and the best at the moment. They are the GOAT of the NIL people so far. Now, it's only just a couple-year-old GOAT, but a GOAT nonetheless. And we were talking in the comments section about Nico Iamaleava. Let me get it. Hang on. Iamaleava. I got it. All right. Iamaleava. So they had some comments about that, and I thank you all for those. Talking about how somebody made a nasty comment about his family. He's probably there cashing the checks already and the like. And I promise you, they are not cashing any checks. There's no checks been cashed. And somebody made an interesting comment about those NIL things are based on appearances, right? Like I've been in show business all my life. I was an actor. I was a morning radio guy. And so we get money for appearances, right? And you show up and, sign something or take a picture with somebody, a fan of the show or yada, 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 and promote somebody's product. That's what the whole NIL is supposed to be. It's supposed to be about a live endorsement. Now, you may get a Mercedes. Hendon Hooker has driving around a Mercedes because he's a live endorser for that particular Mercedes dealer in Knoxville, right? So it's not like the NFL where they literally cut you a check to sign and then spread the rest of that money out over however many years or whatever. This is a advertising deal where they use your name, your image, and your likeness, right, to advertise their products. So I wanted to make sure that everybody understood that. They just don't cut you a check and then you play for Tennessee. They may cut you some sort of check in the beginning to make you smile, let you get a car or an apartment or whatever. But all of that is tied to personal appearances. Cowboy Jabs, I don't like how the NIL is set up. Talk to me more about that, Jabs. Odd spots. One thing is you go to transfer portal and change your mind. Team does not have to take you back. Okay. But that's kind of fair, right? You know, if you leave them, you leave them. Michael Wolf, old school is best. I'm kind of on your side, Michael. Ed is for UT. It's better than getting money under the table. Like that ever happened. I completely agree. At least it's all out in the open now. And that's a lot better. I'm just wondering what the underside of it is, right? I guarantee you people are saying, you know, you might want to be down there in Heupel's offense. You're a pretty good receiver. Or maybe they just take that chance on their own. Because I think it's really interesting how many wide receivers and tight ends are in there and cornerbacks are in the portal. It's crazy. And it's just going to completely blow up. Now, the big thing is Jimmy Holiday and Jimmy Callaway. I don't know a lot about Callaway. But Jimmy Holiday was really highly touted coming into Tennessee a couple of years ago. And I was excited that, he was a legendary quarterback in Mississippi. I mean, he was pretty awesome quarterback in Mississippi. And for some reason, they wanted to change him to a wide receiver. And that's how they recruited him, I suppose. And I'm sorry it didn't work out for him because I don't know. I've always waited and waited for him to emerge, and it just never seemed to happen. And I'm not sure why. Of course, it's hard to get. I mean, when you got Jalen Hyatt and Cedric and Brew McCoy, and then last year. They were pretty solid in the receiver department as well. So it was hard for him to find a spot. I don't blame him, not upset. I'm just a little disappointed he didn't get a shot at it because I think he could be, I think he could be an asset. He just didn't have an opportunity to do that, right? So what was the other thing I wanted to talk about tonight? Oh, the Ohio State. Oh, this thing. I say send Ohio State to the Cotton Bowl. That's what I say. Hey, look. Somebody left a nasty comment on my in my comment section, and he had an Ohio State identifier on his profile picture, and he said, "Look here, you fool." He called me fool. Thought he could have done a little better than that. He called me fool. Anyway, he said, "Look here, you fool. The only reason they don't want to go to the Rose Bowl is because they went last year, and they're just trying to. It's a bad economy, if you haven't noticed." And they're just trying to save their fans a long trip to California. Perhaps one of the stupidest comments I've ever received. Look, it doesn't matter whether you're going to Miami or not. Like, Miami's not going to be an expensive place to go. Dumbass. Katusa, in the house. Thank you. What does the NCAA do now that NIL is in effect? Hand out parking tickets. Mike Atusa, you're so cynical. I don't know what they're going to do. Really. They sure caved on that deal, didn't they? Mm-hmm. Sure did. So what do you think about the Ohio State thing? Talk to me about the Buckeyes. How is it that the highest Big Ten team, not in the playoffs, I thought were required to go to the Rose Bowl? Right? That's what I thought. Is that not true? I don't know. Evidently not, because they're talking about letting Penn State go in Ohio State's place and let Ohio State go to the Orange Bowl and play Clemson. Now, I got scolded again the other day by saying, well, wait a minute. Playing Clemson is not a done deal because they got to beat North Carolina. And you're right. They do. You're right. I jumped the shark on that one, right? I don't know. Let me just have a quick look here. I've got my Big Boss Daddy college football computer. And I'm just looking at that Clemson North Carolina game real quick here. Yeah, I'm going to call that now. Yeah, Clemson will win that game. I think they will. However, they could use a quarterback. That guy's not, I don't think that guy's, a couple of years ago, he was the rage. He was supposed to be off the hook. Well, he was off the hook, but not in a good way. Music for me, 007. That's not exactly how I worded it, because it was me. But that was one of the reasons they're worried about. That was you, music for me? Really? You're the one that called me fool? And I thought we were good. I thought we were best friends. Oh, it is you. Look at you. Well, bless your heart. Come on up in here and let's be friends some more. Let me pour you some Tennessee whiskey. So, okay, a couple things. Music for me. You did call me fool, which I replied back. Look, we all talk shit to one another. That's what college football is all about, right? As long as it just didn't get, insulting and nasty and whatever. But I didn't care for your argument about that was they did it for the fan. They did not do it for the fans. Music for me. That wasn't the deal. And I understand that the Rose Bowl can choose whomever they want. But typically, when you look at the breakdown, it says their preference is the highest Big Ten team that's not in the playoff. Sure, it is music for me. It's just banter. You're right. So tell me, what is the other reasons for it? I mean, let's say that I buy your argument about they're just doing it for the fans because it's a bad economy, which I don't. But let's just say I did. What would be another reason? Talk to me. While you're typing, what I'm going to do is go, if we end up having to go to the Cotton Bowl because of this, boy shite, that's going to be very disappointing for me. They've earned better than the Cotton Bowl. Seriously. And it's not just the bowl, it's just because who we would have to play in the bowl, which would be the winner of Tulane or UCF. That's That is so unappealing. The only reason that it's unappealing is, or the only reason that it's appealing is that it would be interesting for Heupel to play his old team. I mean, that would be interesting. Wouldn't be right in terms of where Tennessee should be, but it would be interesting on a personal level for Heupel. Ed is for UT. Why is the SEC commissioner not standing up for Tennessee for the Orange Bowl? Good point, Ed. I don't know. If it's Utah, they don't want a rematch. Are you talking, was it Utah and Ohio State in the Rose Bowl last year? Is that what you're saying? Ohio State still in a coma after that Michigan beatdown. You know, look, in spades, Ohio State on paper won that game. In spades. I was shocked. I mean, I was just floored that Ohio State lost that game. But it just seems like, I don't know, sour grapes to me. That the team got together and said, well, we don't want to go to California. Let's go to Miami. Yeah. They're both nice places this time of the year. They just want to get down there to South Beach. The game was 31-23 with 7 minutes and 23 seconds left. But who's counting? Then it got out of hand. Yes, that was the Rose Bowl last year. Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's make the transition. We will see what we will see on Sunday. USC versus Utah this year. Tomorrow night. As we speak. It's only 6:35. Tomorrow night, I think at 7:30 something. The USC and Utah play a rematch. Now, if you don't know the history of this game this season, that's USC's only loss is to Utah. They lost by 1 point. 43-42, I think. What do we think is going to happen? I do know that it is hard for a team to beat a good team twice. Music for me is all in with the Utes. Let me have a look. I'm going to publish this tomorrow. Let me have a look. I know that why I don't like Southern Cal so much is because they have an offensive efficiency versus a defensive efficiency very similar to Tennessee. Okay? They have just a off-the-chart huge offensive profile and a suck defensive profile. All right? I'll just tell you now, the big boss daddy, college football computer, has USC winning by 4 points tomorrow. But at the same time, it says Utah should be a 4-point favorite. So it's kind of wacky. And the whole reason is Utah is a better balanced football team in terms of offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency. They're better balanced. And I have witnessed over the season that the better balanced team has the better chance of winning the game. But I will publish all of these tomorrow. Utah playing with house money, nothing to lose. You're right. But it'll be a good game. And it will be another high-scoring game like that. 41-40, 45-44, something like that. It'll be fun to watch. Lincoln Riley,
He's for real. He's for real. I still can't believe that he just packed up a bunch of players and went and then hit the transfer portal. And see, that's why I said that earlier. What I said, do they contact these people or do they just, oh look, that guy's pretty good. Let's go get him. Oh look, that guy's in the portal too. Let's go get him. Really? Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I don't think it happens like that. I mean, I think it's supposed to happen like that, but it's not going to surprise me. A whole hell of a lot of it does. And so, anyway. All right. If you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate you doing so. And I thank you. Let me go back here and figure out Evan. It was Evan that made the mention about the super chat. Yeah. I got to do that, but I do know I can't do that until I get officially monetized and able to do that. That was a great thought, though. I appreciate it, and I want to thank you all for we're building a groovy little community here, and I appreciate it. I prefer to do these lives more than I prefer to do the produced videos, because the produced videos they're very labor intensive, because I'm a film school guy and I gotta put a little production value in it, and it just takes a lot of time. But these lives, once I get used to handling the OBS thing, and for those of you who don't know, the OBS is a software that allows you to do lives and introduce a lot of different things in terms of screen sharing, right? And so I haven't quite mastered the OBS thing yet, which is apparent. So anyway, I appreciate you all. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate it. Oh, Corum. That reminds me, the Kentucky running back. Was it Kentucky? I think it's Kentucky, has a running back that did really well this year. Not Rodriguez, but I think the guy that filled in for him, Corum, is down with an injury, having to have knee surgery. So I don't know why I brought that up. That's okay. Calvin's name. All right, I am out. We're 45 minutes into this. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you tolerating my learning this system skills, and I will promise you that I will get them improved to where you will go, wow, he really got those improved. All right, I'll post tomorrow night's games, tomorrow, so that you can see the breakdowns on that from the big Boss Daddy College Football computer. If any of you are bettors, you might as well look at it and see what the numbers say, because what I have found, I used to sell these numbers many years ago when I started this online in 1998. I used to sell the bowl picks, and that was always fun. And typically in the bowl picks, the numbers for the season kind of are quite reliable, to like, 75% or so. So they're fun to look at if you want to look at them. I'll post them for free tomorrow. All right, y'all be well, and go Big Orange.